why you're seeing this now. This isn't random. You didn't find this video. Your awareness is already stabilizing. That's why noise feels exhausting, why distractions feel empty, why effort feels wrong. You're not broken. You're ready. What I'm about to reveal will shatter everything you think you know about creating your reality. And once you understand this, you'll never be able to go back to your old life again. Most people believe they need to do something to manifest their desires, take action, visualize harder, practice more techniques. But I've discovered something that will terrify the manifestation industry. The quantum field responds to something far more powerful than doing. It responds to pure witnessing. And in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you how to become the kind of observer who can collapse any reality into existence. Because right now, as you're watching this video, you're unconsciously participating in the most powerful force in the universe. And you have no idea you're doing it. Every thought you're having, every emotion you're feeling, every assumption you're making about your life is sending instructions to an invisible field that's constantly reshaping your reality. The problem is most people are sending chaotic, contradictory signals that create exactly what they don't want. That's why today I'm going to reveal the silent observer matrix, a specific consciousness technology that stops the chaos and gives you precise control over what manifests in your life. You'll learn the exact four-stage process that transforms scattered awareness into focused creative power. And by the end, you'll understand why witnessing is the most advanced manifestation technique on the planet. What you're about to discover will fundamentally shatter your understanding of reality, because the quantum field isn't just responding to your thoughts. It's responding to something far more powerful that you've been unconsciously doing your entire life. Let me share something profound that changed everything for me. Your consciousness isn't just a passive observer of reality. It's the most sophisticated quantum instrument in the universe, more precise than any technology we've ever created. But here's what most people don't realize. Just like any delicate instrument, your awareness needs to be calibrated to work properly. And right now, most of us are walking around with consciousness that's been knocked completely out of alignment. Think about it this way. Imagine trying to tune into your favorite radio station, but there's static from a dozen other frequencies bleeding through the music. You want to hear is there, but it's buried under layers of interference. This is exactly what happens with your awareness when your mind is cluttered with mental noise. The quantum field is always broadcasting infinite possibilities to you, but most of the time, we can't receive them clearly because our consciousness is contaminated with unconscious static. This mental noise isn't just random chatter. It's the accumulated residue of years of conditioning, unprocessed emotions, and reactive patterns that have built up in your awareness like dust on a lens. Every worry about the future, every regret about the past, every judgment about what's possible or impossible acts like interference that distorts the signals you're receiving from the quantum field. When your consciousness is clouded this way, you're essentially trying to create your reality with a broken instrument, and the results reflect that distortion. I've watched countless people struggle with manifestation, and the pattern is always the same. They're working incredibly hard, trying every technique, but their awareness is so contaminated with unconscious static that they can't receive clear information from the field. It's like trying to take a photograph through a dirty window. No matter how good your camera is, the image will always be blurred. This video is not information, it is an interruption. If you're here casually, scroll away now, because once you understand what you're about to hear, you won't be able to unsee it, and reality will stop behaving the way it used to. Lie you were taught about reality. You were told the universe is out there, and you are in here. That reality happens first, and you react second. That your thoughts influence outcomes sometimes, but only if you believe hard enough. That is false. Not spiritually false, structurally false. Modern quantum physics already proved this, but it was buried under math, so most people never felt the implication. Reality does not exist independently of observation. It never did. The experiment that shattered objectivity. In the double-slit experiment, particles behave like waves, infinite, unlocalized, probability itself. But the moment they are observed, they collapse. Not gradually, not symbolically, instantly. The particle chooses a location, And here's the part almost no one talks about. It doesn't matter how you observe it. Only that awareness is present. No intention required, no emotion required, just attention. Why this changes everything about your life. If matter collapses into form when observed, what do you think your awareness is doing to your relationships, your body, your money, your future? You are not manifesting through desire. You are manifesting through where your awareness stabilizes. Most people never stabilize it. The problem isn't lack of power, it's chaotic observation. Here's the brutal truth. Most humans are broadcasting noise. They observe fear one moment, hope the next, doubt 5 seconds later, then relief, then panic. The quantum field responds perfectly, chaos in to chaos out. Not because reality is cruel, but because it is precise. You are the most sophisticated quantum instrument ever created. Your consciousness is not a side effect of biology. It is a measurement device. And unlike laboratory instruments, yours never turns off. Every time you replay a memory, anticipate an outcome, imagine a future, brace for disappointment, you are collapsing probabilities. You don't attract experiences. You select them. Why 99% of manifestation teachings fail. Most teachings tell you to think differently, but thought is late stage. By the time a thought appears, the nervous system has already decided what reality feels safe to allow. Observation happens below language, below affirmation, below visualization. This is why effort doesn't work. Effort signals instability. The sacred quantum truth. The universe does not respond to what you want. It responds to what you remain aware of without resistance. That's it. That's the mechanism. The silent observer matrix, ancient plus quantum, ancient initiates knew this long before physics could explain it. They didn't call it manifestation. They called it witnessing. Here is the 4-stage silent observer matrix. And this is where reality starts to bend. Pure awareness as quantum instrument. This is calibration. You stop identifying as the thinker. You stop identifying as the emotion. You become the field that notices. No judgment, no intention, no agenda. This is where power begins. Not because you're doing something, but because you've stopped interfering. Quantum witnessing. Without reaction collapses reality unconsciously. Witnessing collapses it cleanly. When you observe fear without trying to fix it, it dissolves. When you observe desire without leaning toward it, it stabilizes. The quantum field organizes around non-reactive attention. This is not passive, it is surgical. Reality restructuring through sustained observation. Here's the part few can hold. You don't imagine outcomes. You observe the state you choose as already ordinary. No excitement, no urgency, no anticipation, just familiarity. Reality rearranges itself to remove the mismatch. Transcendent observer state. This is where separation collapses. There is no you manifesting. There is only awareness moving through form. At this stage, synchronicities become constant. Time compresses, resistance disappears, identity upgrades automatically. You stop trying to control reality because you are no longer separate from it, because the ego panics. The ego wants confirmation, drama, progress markers, reassurance. But confirmation means doubt still exists. The quantum field waits for coherence. Why silence is more powerful than affirmation. Affirmations talk. Reality listens to stillness. Silence tells the field, there is nothing missing. And when nothing is missing, everything moves. The dark side. No one warns you about. Once you realize this, you can't blame the world anymore. Victimhood collapses, excuses dissolve, waiting becomes impossible. This is why most people unconsciously reject awakening, because responsibility replaces hope.